before we deploy our app, there's a couple of last steps that we need to take. First of all, we need to end our development script. And next, if we head to the package.json file for our server, we need to include in this engines object our node version. So for this node property, we need to figure out what version of node that we're using for Heroku to deploy our project successfully. So in our terminal, we can just run node-v, and you can see for me, my version is 14.15.4. You can just paste that in right there, whatever is appropriate for you. I just hard-coded this value because that's what version I'm using. With that done, we can move over to Heroku, and if you don't have an account with them, you can sign up. Otherwise, you'll log in to your dashboard. Once you're there, we will create a new app. We'll go up to New, select Create New App, and give our app a name. I'm going to give mine the name React Shopper. Then hit Create App. Then we'll be given some instructions to deploy our app. But before we do that, let's go to the Settings tab. And there, in about the middle of the page, we see this config vars area. We'll hit Reveal config vars. And this is where we can put our API secret, our Stripe API secret, or any environment variables that we had. In our case, we just have one. So we'll provide a key of Stripe API secret. And then you'll go to your env file and paste in the value. And once you've added your Stripe API secret, we can head back to deploy, and we'll be given the instructions to deploy our application using the Heroku CLI. So the first step is to log in using the Heroku login command. Fortunately, we do not have to install the Heroku CLI globally on our computer. We can just run npx Heroku login. And from there, we can press any key to open up the browser. So we will log in the page that opens up. And once we see that it confirms that we've logged in, we can close this page. Then the process of deploying every time to Heroku involves using get. It relies upon get and adding the changes that we made, making a commit, and then finally pushing to a Heroku remote, get remote that we set up. So it's very much like pushing code to GitHub. So to start that process, if you've cloned your repo using git clone in the beginning, I'd recommend removing git that you have already within your project by running the command rm-rf.git and then initializing your own git repo with git init. After that, we'll add all of the files in our project to that repo with git add period, and then we will commit it with the message say deploy or deployment to Heroku. And finally, the second to last step is adding this git remote. So we copy this line that Heroku provides for us. It sets a git remote. And once that is set, we can run the final command of git push Heroku master. So once our deployment's finished, we can see that it went through the process of building our Node API, and then it went into our client folder and built out a static version of our React app, which is being served through Node, or deployed Node API. So let's take the deployed URL and see that it works. And great, our home page loads successfully. We can visit individual products. We can add items to our cart. We can see our success notification. We can remove them. We can change items through our modal. We can add multiple items. And then when we're ready to purchase, we can check out now. Then we can purchase everything in our cart. and we see a payment summary according to our session ID. So congratulations, we now have a complete e-commerce application and shopping cart built with React, Node, and Stripe and deployed to Heroku, an application that's ready to be used as the basis of your business or your next great personal project.